How do you win a war? And how do you win an election? For the Russians, part of the answer, win over hearts and minds, and do it by using the now not-so-secret weapon, social media influencers.
Ukraine is the enemy of this country.
Yesterday, we reported on the U.S. Department of Justice indictment, alleging that around $10 million was channeled into a media company in Tennessee, Tenet Media, to recruit influencers that would echo the Kremlin's message to dilute support for Ukraine and bolster support for another Trump presidency. His reaction to the indictment today.
Yesterday they're bringing up Russia again, that they've done for years. Never found anything. I haven't spoken to anybody from Russia in years. They know that, but it's a scam.
This is alt-right YouTuber Lauren Chen, the founder of Tenet Media, who it's alleged received money illegally from Russia. So, who is she?
Do you think there should be any restrictions on abortion?
Up until about 5 years ago, Caelan Robertson was himself an alt-right YouTuber and influencer, has since done a complete volte-face. He knows many of the people involved in these circles, including Lauren Chen, the Canadian founder of Tenet Media.
I first met Lauren Chen in 2018. She was at a rally organised by Tommy Robinson. That rally was covered really heavily by Russia Today. And back then she was growing her online presence. Her contact book was very vast. She basically has the phone numbers of most of the hugely influential right-wing figures in North America and in Europe. She's worked with almost all of them. And I think that's probably why the Russians looked to her to set up Tenet, because she could recruit some of the biggest personalities for that network.
We've asked Tenet Media for comment. They haven't responded. This week's Department of Justice indictment is part of a much broader operation to clamp down on interference in the upcoming presidential election. So, for example, an FBI affidavit unsealed this week says the Russians are maintaining an army of influencers across the world. According to the affidavit, the Russian social design agency, a company which operates under the auspices of Vladimir Putin, has, quote, a list of more than 2,800 people on various social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook and Telegram, spanning 81 countries. It goes on to say that the US-based influencers account for approximately 21% of that. That's 600 influencers in the States alone who the Russians consider to be on side or are working with. At the risk of getting parochial, one of the questions now: how many of those influencers are based in Britain? And who are they?